Hello, Broadlander here. Just thought I'd like to make a small video or short video explaining my interest, obsession, compulsion with paraffin pressure lamps. In fact, anything paraffin, hurricane lamps, duplex lamps and so on. So here we go, let's start. Initially I was a member of St John Ambulance Cadets in the county of Norfolk, and in 1978 I went on my very first ever St John Ambulance County Cadet Camp at Cley in Norfolk, and it was a magical place. We had old 1917, 1918 dated bell tents, Icelandic ridge tents, a big marquee, and all the lighting was purely Tilley lamps. My first ever experience of, and it was a magical experience when you're sort of 13 years old and never been allowed out in that sort of environment before. So had a fantastic time there, and year after year I continued going to St John's cadet camps. And one year, as a sort of a slightly older cadet, I had a job of helping to clean, fill, service and light all the Tilley lamps and distribute them around the campsite, sort of highlighting areas where the latrines were, where the cadets' mess, the big marquee was, obviously some in the staff marquee, and sort of key areas down the centre of the camp, because at one side you had all the girls' tents, and on the other side all the boys' tents, and lights down the middle. Can't imagine what the lights were there for, but that's another story. Anyway, that to me was a fantastic job, really enjoyed it, and from that point I always liked Tilleys. I purchased my first new Tilley, an X246B, in 1991, and I can remember taking it to camp that August, and being sort of the newest and least used and abused, it was incredibly bright. So the love affair moved on the next stage. In another video I'll perhaps show that lamp along with one or two others, and then just on sort of family occasions we camped, we took a couple of Tilleys. The girls both grew up with them, my wife liked them because they kept her nice and warm, and it never really sort of grew there. I just had sort of the two that I got and carried on with. And then in 1999, a friend of ours who was a scoutmaster said, I think we should all go camping, and the St John Ambulance Group, Yarmouth Division, decided that that would be a good idea. We let him sort it out. His name was Richard Priest, great guy, and he arranged for us to camp in Weybourne in North Norfolk, on some private ground owned by the Muckleborough Military Museum. And when we turned up there, Richard was called away unfortunately last thing, owing to some family crisis, which left my gear and everyone else's with their tents. So we had one double gas burner, Tilley, believe it or not, Tilley Talisman, and two Tilley lamps, a wooden bench, a windbreak and our tents. But we had a really good time. We had a fantastic time, and one of my mates, Clint, God bless him, God rest him, he sort of quite took a shine to the Tilley lamps. Oh, pun not intended there, seriously folks. And he sort of picked himself up a couple, and that's, I suppose, when I started the sort of the car boot sales came along, and oh, a Tilley lamp for I got two for a £5, fantastic. And you know, it sort of grew and grew, and we carried on doing the camping until about 2 or 3 years ago. But as this time went on, I found the diversification of Tilley lamps and other types of lamps was more of an interest, and I got to be known as the strange bloke down the road who likes burning paraffin, and occasionally a little hurricane lamp would turn up, or bits of. Someone gave me a very, very nice Aladdin lamp which I'd never seen before, and the interest has grown, and I've had to limit it to anything that's paraffin based. So no Coleman petrol lanterns or white gas, whatever you like to call them. No spirit lamps, just paraffin, and that's where I'm at the moment. My collection is growing nicely. Some are still used for camping. The vast majority tend to be more of a hobby lamp, and it's my intention over the next few weeks to light 1 or 2 Tilleys and perhaps talk about them in my history of my collection. So I hope you found this little intro interesting, and hopefully it's a taster of what is to come. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next videos, which hopefully I'll start this weekend. And thank you very much, and if you wish to make any comments, if you like to rate or subscribe, would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.